How much attention should you give to a woman you're interested in? Does ignoring her make her want you more, or does it make her forget about you? In this video, we'll explore the secret psychology behind ignoring a woman and how to do it effectively. Today, many men worry that if they stopped constantly texting a woman, then she would forget about them, feeling that if they aren't always reaching out, she'd lose interest. The actual truth is that this mindset can actually backfire, ruining a woman's interest, and also prevents men from leveraging powerful psychological principles that can make women chase and desire them more. So that's why I'm going to be talking about the psychology of ignoring a woman. Many men fear that not responding to texts immediately or canceling plans will make a woman lose interest. But when I come across such men, I ask, when a woman doesn't respond to your text right away or cancels plans last minute, do you want her more or less? Most realize they actually want her more during these times of uncertainty and unavailability. This is because human nature tends to crave things that are slightly unavailable or scarce. There's something called attention currency, which is the amount of attention you give to a certain person. For women, giving off a lot of your attention currency comes off as boring and in some cases annoying. This is because it's in a woman's nature to crave attention. They want to seek it. So, when you give your attention to them too easily, they are annoyed by the fact that you no longer give them a chance to satisfy their true nature. I hope that makes sense. So, now ask yourself, how much of your attention currency are you giving her when you see her? But also, ignoring a woman doesn't mean complete silence. It means not feeling pressured to respond to her texts or calls immediately or give her constant attention. For example, instead of texting her every morning and night, skip a few texts. Don't rush to respond to her messages or feel compelled to always greet her in person. If you see her at a party or work, don't make her the center of your attention. Ignoring a woman is about withholding your attention and not letting her dominate your focus. This then allows you to create a balance and lets her feel the desire to earn your attention. So with that said, I want to run through 5 different aspects in the psychology of ignoring a woman. Number 1. Checking in. Checking in with a woman through a casual text is often just a way to remind her of your presence, a subtle plea not to be forgotten. However, this act usually stems from a place of neediness, a desire for her reassurance. Women are adept at detecting this kind of neediness. When your message serves no purpose other than to seek her validation, she can sense it, and it reads as desperate. On the other hand, some men think they should always respond immediately to a woman's texts, believing it's the polite or right thing to do. The issue with constantly being prompt in your replies is rooted in human psychology. People tend to value what is less readily available. Imagine you emailed your favorite celebrity. You wouldn't expect a response because their attention is highly prized. If they did reply, you'd be thrilled initially. But if they kept replying instantly, you'd start to question their status and wonder why they have so much free time. Similarly, a woman views a high-value man as someone with a busy, engaging life. If he's constantly texting, it signals that he has too much time on his hands, which diminishes his perceived value. Women often test men by initiating frequent texts to gauge how much attention they can get. If a man responds too eagerly and consistently, she starts to value his attention less and may eventually pull back. Number 2. Longing or love. Another crucial aspect of the psychology behind ignoring a woman is the concept of longing. Women often equate longing with love. Let me emphasize that. Women equate longing with love. In a woman's mind, the yearning for a text from a guy, staying up late hoping to hear from him, and missing him is what she imagines love feels like. Consider romance novels or shows aimed at women like Sex and the City. The main character, Carrie, eventually marries Mr. Big, but throughout the series, she never fully captures his attention, creating a sense of longing. Women do this all the time. They equate that feeling of longing with love. Nice guys face a problem because when they never ignore a woman and give her all their attention, she has nothing to long for. She doesn't experience the anticipation of waiting for a text, the excitement of wondering when she'll see him again, or the thrill of wondering if he'll stop by her desk at work because he's always available and responsive. Nice guys often believe they're being genuine by always being present, thinking it's noble. But in reality, they're depriving her of what she truly desires, the experience of longing. This is why the psychology of ignoring a woman is so potent. It creates that sense of longing for your attention, making her value it even more. Number 3, mental challenge. The third element in the psychology of ignoring a woman is the mental challenge. Women crave a guy who isn't easily decipherable. By mental challenge, I mean the intrigue of figuring out his feelings and intentions. Does he like me? How much does he like me? Is he seeing other people? These questions create a stimulating puzzle for her to solve. For women, the challenge lies in trying to capture a man's full attention and understanding his level of interest. This is different from men who often approach relationships with the question of physical intimacy in mind. Women know that most men would be willing to sleep with them, so they often make them wait to create a sense of challenge. Conversely, men can keep women engaged by maintaining an air of mystery and making them work for their attention. Women enjoy analyzing a man's behavior with their friends, engaging in girl talk about why he didn't call and whether he likes them. If you deny her this mental challenge, she may lose interest. Without the thrill of figuring you out, her conversations with friends become mundane and she feels something vital is missing. This absence of mental challenge often leads her to say that she doesn't feel a spark or that something is lacking in the relationship. Number 4, the hot and cold behavior. Another powerful element in the psychology of ignoring a woman is hot and cold behavior. This approach is incredibly effective because it creates an addictive dynamic. Both men and women are drawn to this pattern, even if they claim to dislike it. The concept of hot and cold behavior hinges on the psychology of unpredictable rewards, a principle discovered by psychologist B.F. Skinner. It's similar to the rush one experiences with gambling. When you play roulette, the anticipation of the wheels spinning and the uncertainty of winning or losing create a strong endorphin rush. In dating, this translates to the unpredictability of a person's behavior. Imagine you're dating a woman who is sometimes ecstatic to see you, lavishing you with attention, and other times she's distant and distracted. This inconsistency makes you crave her positive attention even more. If you're always cold and distant, she'll lose interest, assuming you're not interested, or have found someone else. Conversely, if you constantly shower her with attention, she may take you for granted, and also lose interest. Maintaining a balance is key. If you find yourself giving too much attention, pull back a bit to make her miss your presence. Hot and cold behavior, when executed correctly, keeps the dynamic engaging and intriguing. Think about your own experiences. Perhaps there's a woman at work who's sometimes flirty and other times barely acknowledges you. Her unpredictability is magnetic because it presents a mental challenge, which men and especially women find appealing. This approach, in essence, makes you more attractive by maintaining a balance of attention and distance. Number 5, autonomy. The final aspect of the psychology of ignoring a woman is perhaps the most crucial: autonomy. One of the most attractive qualities in a man is his independence, his ability to be self-governing and uncontrolled by a woman. Many guys who lack autonomy perceive the advice to sometimes ignore a woman or delay replying to her texts as playing games. They feel this way because they naturally prioritize their relationship with a woman over everything else in their life. However, a truly autonomous man who is deeply engaged in various aspects of his life, be it his career, fitness, or social circle, naturally practices this behavior, making him more attractive without resorting to games. Imagine you're seeing a woman who excitedly suggests meeting up on a Tuesday evening. While your initial reaction might be to agree immediately because you like her, consider if you had already planned a run for that evening. An autonomous man would say, "I'd love to see you, but I have a run planned for that time. Maybe we can meet later in the evening or another day." This response showcases his commitment to his own life and interests, which in turn makes him more appealing. In contrast, a nice guy who fears losing the woman's interest might cancel his run to spend time with her, rationalizing that he can always run later. However, this comes from a place of fear. Fear that she might forget about him or lose interest if he doesn't comply immediately. Ironically, by sticking to his plans and demonstrating his independence, he becomes more valuable to her. She realizes he has his own life and isn't making her the center of his world right away. It's not about never prioritizing a woman or your relationship, but rather about maintaining a balance. Sometimes you can and should prioritize her, but not at the expense of your own interests and commitments. Most guys swing too far in the direction of sacrificing everything for a woman's attention. In the long run, a woman wants to feel like she's gradually winning you over, gaining more of your attention as you discover how special she is. This slow and steady approach makes her value your attention more, leading her to chase you instead of quickly losing interest because she already has all of your attention. Alright, there are 5 aspects in the psychology of ignoring a girl. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below to let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Your feedback helps me create content that you care about. Remember, the key is maintaining a balance within your priorities. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.